I have decided that July is the Saturday of summer. June is Friday night, August is Sunday, and July is Saturday. And I'm going to break all this down for you because when you think about June, we're getting into the summer and you are technically free. School just got out, schedules have slowed down. Summer has officially started, just like the weekend has officially started on Friday. But you're so exhausted, you're still recovering, that you don't truly get in the groove yet and really enjoy the things that are going on, right? But you're doing a couple things, you're recovering from those activities, the projects, the appointments, the constant pings and dings and demands that come with all the things that were going on for June and the months leading up to June. And June is like Friday night. You can finally sit down, you can finally breathe. You feel good knowing tomorrow, nothing's going on. I don't have to be available and I can just kind of coast and chill for a little bit. And July comes, and July is Saturday. It's this beautiful little cushion between the middle where you are far enough away from the chaos you just survived, but you're also not yet thinking about all the things you have to do tomorrow, or in this case in August. And there's no Sunday scaries. You guys know what Sunday scaries are, like that anxiety that builds on Sunday when you know you're getting back into the work. And I saw this quote the other day that was like, it's not because I hate my job, it's not because I hate what I do, but the Sunday scaries comes into play because when it's the weekend, I just get to be me. I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to wear a facade. I don't have to listen to the pings and dings. I don't have to fit into this, demands of what other people need from me outside of my kids. But that's different. I can just be Amy in that circumstance. I can just be mom. So I think of Sunday or August as the Sunday because the school lists start arriving. The emails are coming out, the calendar's filling back up, there's appointments to schedule, all the doctor's appointments that have to be scheduled, the haircuts, the shoes, the backpacks, the open houses, all the preparation that's going to take when you're raising kids and getting them ready to go to school. Or if you're a teacher or someone who, doesn't work a regular schedule in the summer, I'm sure you can relate to this. And I'm getting ready to leave for a birthday trip, I'm turning 45 in a couple of days, and I wanted to get an episode out before I left. And as you can see for my listeners, you know that I have not been posting every week. I normally don't in the summer. I typically just live life in the summer and I post here and there. I don't post a weekly episode. And isn't that the whole point? The whole point of Irresistible You was that we are allowed to build the life we crave. We are allowed to build the life we want to live, not someday, not waiting for the wait, not when the house is perfectly organized, not when the kids are older, not when work finally slows down, because by the time all that shit finally happens, you're gonna be too old to enjoy the things that you could be enjoying now in the body that you have. So many of us have treated our lives like, we've spent our lives treating joy like Saturday and treating Sunday like this scary responsibility, dark looming cloud that's going on. So what we're doing is we're sitting at the pool on Sunday and we're thinking about laundry. We're sitting at the pool on Sunday and we're thinking about how much we hate our body and how we're just going to get back on track tomorrow. We're sitting at the beach on Sunday and we're going through a to-do list in our brain of all the things we owe other people, with projects and due dates and phone calls and text messages, and thinking about how we're just gonna start over on Monday and we're gonna get our life together. We're gonna lose this weight. We're gonna do all the things we have to do. And we do that on a small scale on the weekend. But we're also doing that on a much larger scale when we think about the summer. And this has really been hitting me because I felt like, oh, July, I just feel safe. I just feel cushioned in between June and August. And as a mom with little kids, it is the one thing, I know I've shared this in other episodes, I'm sure, but the one thing I never anticipated when I started to have children was just how bittersweet this whole process is and just how much it's a constant reminder of the ticking time that's going by. And every time they end the school year, I am overly emotional. Every time they go back to school, I'm even more emotional. And I was thinking, why does July just feel so comfortable? It feels so calm. It feels so safe to me. And then this metaphor kind of like hit me where I was like, well, that's because July is Saturday. And on Saturdays is when I feel the most at ease, at peace. I feel the most myself. I can just get in the car, and y'all that follow me on Instagram, you know I'm always just getting in a car and going somewhere crazy. Like, I'm always going to take my kids on some kind of adventure. And I can do that on Saturdays. I can do that when I know none of us have to be up early the next day. None of us have responsibilities the next day. And, you know, we carry that into the summer. And I just am trying so hard to hold on to the little bit of summer that I have left. My kids go back in late August, which, you guys, that is such a mind F for me, because I don't understand this going back to school crap in August. August is still like the heat of summer. It is summer. It is not like, to me, back to school was September. It was just, it's like, it's natural. It is so unnatural to go back to school in August. And this is the first time for us that my kids are going back to school in August, because they're moving from a small private school to public school, and our small little private school that we've been at for 5 years, they follow the traditional, you go back Tuesday after Labor Day. You just do. Like, I don't see any purpose in sending kids back to school in August. I digress. That's not the point of this podcast, but it just pisses me off. And when I think about August now, it's like giving me anxiety. It's like I only have a couple of weeks to get the haircuts, get the new shoes, get the new backpacks, meet the teachers, do the open house. And because I have a daughter with type 1 diabetes, there's a whole nother layer of complication with going back to school. There's boxes that have to be prepared for every single classroom with low snacks, with hypo pens in case she were to pass out, needs to have an injection of glucagon, all the instructions, all the 504 meetings that I have to have with the administration. And also, nerves are high right now because we're going into a new school where they don't know her. They even told me they've never had a kid with type 1. So this is going to be, it's going to be just a little stressful for that part. But what I don't want to have happen is we still have at least a little less than a month to go. What I don't want is that quote unquote Sunday scary feeling, the anxiety feelings, to overshadow the joy, the time that we still have to hang out and do things and have fun over the summer. I don't want that to take away. And I think that happens a lot when we think about the whole Sunday scary. Like, on Sunday, you're distracted. You're not really enjoying your day off because there's this looming thing where it's like, I have to go to bed on time tonight. I've got to get everything ready for tomorrow. I've got to refresh, do the refresh and the resets to get ready. And when you throw diet culture into that, it's like we have this ingrained toxic thing where we're like, tomorrow, that's it. Today's the big day, have the last supper. Tomorrow we're starting over. And I think over the years of toxic diet culture have equated Sundays to like, this is your last hurrah. And you're going to have a last hurrah next week too. So like, what are we doing here? What are we even doing? But, we need to take a step back and remember that we can't rush the life that we're in because we're worried about what's coming. We're worried about what's coming tomorrow. And guess what? Let me tell you something right now. What's coming tomorrow is the same shit that's been coming tomorrow for the past however many Sundays you've been on this planet adulting. The same shit's coming on Monday. The same annoying emails are coming. The same annoying Teams messages. The same annoying Slack messages. The same bullshit is coming. And maybe that's what, like, it's just coming, and we know we have to navigate through it. We know we have to get through it, but we can't let that fuck up our time right now. And I'm not gonna, yes, I'm gonna be in planning mode because school is coming. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to get ready for. The stakes are very high for me this year, especially because we're going into this new school, and I've got a kindergartner and a fourth grader, and I know I have to set time aside to work on those things and do those things, but we're also going to continue through our summer whimsy list. We have this little summer whimsy list where the kids and we put stuff down that we want to do, and we're going to get those things done, even though there is pressure. There is pressure to reset in August to get all those appointments done and to get all those things off the list. And then there's also the change. Like, Javi goes to bed at a reasonable time. He has to. Like, if he doesn't go to bed on time, he is a ticking time bomb. He has to go to bed on time. Kat is older. She is definitely my moon child. She's a night owl. I let her stay up. Like, it's fine. Unless they have summer school the next day, she can stay up and hang out, and she's content doing that. She's very much like me in that sense. I always say, like, Javi's my sun child. He's the first one up in the morning. He's up before the sun comes up. He likes to be up early. He likes to go to bed early. She's a moon child. I feel like I'm kind of like that too. I have that same kind of energy. So, I play to their strengths. We work with that, but the routines are going to have to change. There's all these things that are going to happen. But I'm going into August with July energy. We're still going to have July energy. We're still going to remember that we can stay up late. If we want to go run and do a happy meal at midnight, like, girl, let's go. Let's go get one. If we want to go on a little road trip here and there, we're going to go do those things. And I want you to think about that too. Like, what can you do to feel more like yourself? What can you do to, like, ease that anxiety of the thing that's coming? And it may not just always be the summer. It can also be any time of year when even the vacation, right? We get Sunday scaries on vacation. When it's the last day of vacation, we're stressed and worried because we got to pack all our stuff. We've got to catch our flight on time or get out the door on time. We are trying to enjoy that last day of vacay, but we also know as soon as we get home, it's like it never happened. It's like it never happened. And I'm trying really hard to get out of that, to stop being in the panic mode, to stop letting other people's lack of planning become my emergency. No, it's not. To know that when I have time off, I have time off. And I'm not going to scurry and go crazy prepping to get ready to go out the door. The goal is not to avoid responsibilities. What would that even be like? I don't know. The goal is to hold responsibility and joy at the same time, right? We can hold joy of living in the moment, enjoying the time that we have, but we can also know that we have these other things we have to do too. So how can you balance between the two? And it's not always scary. There's a few days left in July. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go out of town. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get in there. And, I have so many mixed feelings about turning 45. On one hand, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I get to turn 45. I remember when they told me I had a heart murmur and that, down the road, I may end up needing to have a heart valve replacement hopefully when I'm really old, or the last couple cardio appointments I've had, things look really good. Like, I don't think they're even concerned at this point. I don't know what happened, but things are, like, looking way better. But I remember sitting in my car, and I've never looked at an old person and felt I've never felt envious of an old person. But this is right after they found the murmur. They're telling me, yeah, you're going to need to have, open heart surgery to have a heart valve replacement at some point down the road. And I looked at this old lady walking through the parking lot. I think I was sitting at Whole Foods about to go exchange some stuff for Amazon. And anyway, it was the first time I felt envious, because I felt like when I heard all this news with the heart stuff, I'm like, oh my God, like, will I even get to see that age? Like, I want to get old. I want to have that rite of passage. You know what I mean? So it's like, on one hand, you are so grateful because I get to turn 45. I'm not going to be one of these women who, like, hide about my age or get all embarrassed. Like these women that will never admit their age. I don't give a shit. I was born in 1981. I'm turning 45 years old. It is what the fuck it is. Deal with it. I don't care. I've lived a life. I've lived a very good life. I've done a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. And I wear my age. I don't care. I'm 45 years old. And also, millennials, can I just say something to us for a second? Can we stop acting like we don't look our age? Like, I see so many reels and TikToks of millennials who are like, we're the generation who doesn't age. And I'm sorry, but I'm looking at these people that make these reels and I'm like, no, you look your age. And here's the thing. To look your age doesn't mean you look like shit. To look your age doesn't mean you look old as fuck. Like, to look your age doesn't mean you look bad. But like, I look like someone in my 40s and oh well. You know, but then that's like the other hand of this is like, I'm very grateful to turn 45, that I get to do this. I get to be here. I'm happy. I'm healthy. But also, it's a mind fuck. Like, I still see like on my prescriptions or my doctor's appointments where it's like 44-year-old female. And I'm like, who is that? Because that ain't me, right? Or like inside, you still think you look 30 something and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I just got humbled real fast. You know, and it's like in the last couple weeks, the journey from 40 to 45 is something else, because the last couple weeks, I don't ever, like my whole life, I rarely get dark circles. I rarely would get like bags under my eyes. Like I just don't, I don't know. In the last couple weeks, waking up in the morning, my under eyes are so swollen. I'm using I have like the glass thing with the glitter in them that you use for the puffiness. What's going on here? You know, you look at skin texture and you're like, what the hell? What the hell? It's such a mind fuck. Hair texture is different, hair thinning, you know, just little things here and there that it's just, it pisses me off. So you can carry that at the same time. I can be grateful to be turning 45, that I get to have this birthday and I'm happy, healthy, but also, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on with my body? I think I'll do an episode on that too, because there's a whole nother level of this when you have grown up in a body that you always felt like you were a prisoner in, because you knew you wanted to look different. You knew you wanted to be skinny. You knew that you had this other thing like locked underneath all the fat. And the body changes that you go through when you rapidly gain weight and you get stretch marks and you have loose skin from losing the weight multiple times, that you feel like you never got to have the body you wanted. And then you turn around and you start aging, and not only have you never been able to have the body you always wanted, now this stuff is happening to you, and there's only so much we can do about it. There's only so much filler. There's only so much Botox. Listen, I do my Botox every quarter. I had an appointment to do filler recently, and I canceled because I chickened out. So I was going to get filler. You know these lines, if you're watching on YouTube, the lines right here, they're called nasal labia. Isn't that a nice name? But anyway, they start getting more defined. So they told me, well, you know, you don't use Botox for that. You actually use filler up higher in the cheek area because you're losing volume. So it's like, great, my face is losing volume. You know, my face is losing fat, but it sure as hell isn't losing fat anywhere else, but it's losing fat in the face where I need it. So anyway, they put the filler and it like pulls those lines up a little, and it's just enough to where no one can really tell, but it's like you look more refreshed, you look more youthful, you look more rejuvenated, I guess. And I was gonna do my nasal labia filler, plus I was gonna do my lip filler. I got lip filler like 3 years ago, so I want to do it again. I chickened out because I was just like, oh my God, what if it like fucks up my whole face and I look crazy? But the more now that I've been looking at myself and I've been watching videos and seeing before and afters, I'm going to schedule that. I'm going to do that at some point. I don't know when. And that's the thing. Like, I am all for, if you need to do things to yourself, if you want to work on your body, if you want to get liposuction, if you want to do the BBL, if you want to do the filler, if you want to do the Botox, do it. Do it. Like, this is, I guess, becoming a theme in this episode, that two things can be true at once. We can love ourselves, and we can also want to work on ourselves, and we can want to improve on ourselves. And I always say to you all that, like, matter of fact, improving yourself should only come because you love yourself. It should not come because you're disgusted and hate yourself. Like, that should never be a thing. But especially women of a certain age, like we just, things are changing and it happens fast and furiously. And I think, like I said, and I'm definitely going to put a pin in this for another episode, there's a whole nother layer. When you have always felt like deprived of the body you should have had, the body you wish you would have had, the body that, even when you were overweight and you lose all the weight, you lose 100 pounds, like your body still looks different. That's the reality. You're going to have loose skin. Things are going, you've still got the stretch marks. You've still got the scars from the things that happen. And we have to embrace that and acknowledge that. But also, it sucks. It sucks that we didn't get to have what we wanted to have. And now we have to have that on top of, but the aging is like the freaking sour cherry on top. Like, what the hell? And again, let's take it back to the point of this episode. Just because we don't like parts of our body, our weight, the way that we're aging, the things that are changing, that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy right now. And if that's not the epitome of what this podcast is about in my brand, I don't know what is. Because the whole point of Irresistible You is that we are not waiting for the weight. We can be unhappy about the weight that we've gained or the way that our body looks or the way that our body's changing, but we don't want that to cloud what we're doing right now. And I think that plays right into the June, July, August metaphor with the weekend stuff, is that even though you may not like your body, even though you're aging and things are looking different and you're like, what is this? What is this? The skin hanging from my arm? What is that? What is that? Like, what is that? Right? But am I going to let some fat rolls and some cellulite and some crepey looking skin? And I don't know some of it's looking a little crepey here and there. Like, it's just like peeking its head in saying, hey bitch, I'm here and I'm going to get worse. But am I going to let that ruin my birthday trip where I'm going to be in a bathing suit, we're going to the pool, we're going to the beach? No, I'm not going to let that ruin anything, because then it's like you're living for this. I'm not going to say it's made up, but it's like the Sunday scaries. It's like you're playing all this crap in your head about what people might think about you, what people might say about you. And in the meantime, you've missed out on the trip. You've missed out on the fun. You've been zoned out. And the next thing you know, you're packing up, going home because the vacation's over. Right? So whether it is a vacation, a little getaway, it is June, July, August, summertime, it is the weekend, we can't let what's coming overshadow where we are right now. And to be honest, a lot of that stuff, it's like we create this reel, we create this story in our head, and we don't have to do that. We have the ability at any time to just say no, to just say, I'm not doing this, I'm not listening to this, I'm going to just do me and move forward. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. August is going to arrive. Sunday's going to arrive. Responsibilities will return. The calendar is going to get louder. The calendar is going to become a cluster. You know what? But you don't have to abandon yourself when the season changes. You don't have to turn every transition into this dramatic reset. I'm trying to tell myself that at the same time. Because yeah, it's something else. I wish, it's so funny, like sometimes I say to myself, I wish I was just born a sociopath because I wouldn't feel things so deeply. I wouldn't have to feel everything. And I feel everything from the good and the bad. And it's like I told you, What to Expect When You're Expecting book does not prepare you for how bittersweet motherhood truly is, and how every milestone is beautiful, and you're so proud and you're so happy for them because they're thriving and they're meeting their milestones the way that they should, because God knows there are families out there who have children who will never meet those milestones for a multitude of reasons. And so you're grateful for that. It's like this we're holding two things true at one time in this episode, and at the same time it's a reminder that season is over, that age is over, that grade is over. We're moving to a new season. Things are changing. Attitudes are changing. For y'all that have tweens, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers because, yeah, Uh-huh. It's real fun right now. Yeah, it's a different world out here from how we grew up, but yet there's still things that are the same, isn't it? But anyway, yeah. So August is going to get here soon enough. There's still some more time left. Enjoy where you are now. Don't let August get overshadowed by the Sunday scaries. Don't let that happen. Don't wait for the wait. Put the bathing suit on. It's still going to be hot. I know here it's going to be hot 2 more months. We're hot all the way through like October. So put the damn bathing suit on. Put the shorts on. Let the cellulite fly. Let the fat rolls out. Fuck what anybody else thinks or says about you, including yourself. Tell the inner fat bitch to shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. We don't need to hear from you. We don't care about you. We don't want to hear what you have to say because your opinion does not matter, inner fat bitch. If you don't know what that means, you can go search my podcast. There's plenty of episodes about it. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to run. I have some projects to wrap up before I finish packing and get out for this trip. I will catch you on Instagram at Irresistible Icing. You know me. I'll be sharing parts of our trip, what we're doing, what we're looking at, what we're having fun, what we're eating, what we're doing, all the things. Anyway, I'm going to go. I love you. Thank you for listening. I will catch you in the next episode. Until then, stay irresistible. Bye, guys.